heard it from your grandma, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Not my grandma, your grandma. So my mom. And it was that her mother, so Grandma T, we'll call her Grandma T. So that's my grandmother, Grandma Taylor. Her husband, so Grandpa Taylor, had a sister. My mother said that it was when she hit menopause, she went crazy. And they put her in an institution and she died there. Now, she could have been crazy, okay? It is possible. But in those days, it took almost nothing to get somebody committed, and very hard to get people out. A husband could have his wife committed very easily. The problem is that mental illness was so negative that these people were never heard from again, right? They were sort of kind of written out of the family. There was a great deal of shame to have someone who was mentally ill in the family. So no one actually talked about it. To give you an idea, we couldn't find her name. And I found one census where there was somebody by the name of Pearl. And I think her name was Pearl Taylor. But I could not find it anywhere else.
Her husband couldn't support the kids financially, so he basically walked out. And she got dumped in an asylum to cover it all. I mean, it's suggested that she fell apart, but, I mean, who wouldn't?
No, it's worse than this. I remember now. Hang on. I remember now. Grandma married Grandpa Taylor, and one of Grandma's brothers married, that's what it was, married Pearl Taylor, so married the sister. And he became a drunk and she was put in an asylum. And because she was put in an asylum, the two kids came to and lived with Grandma and Grandpa Taylor. And so three kids came. And these three kids were essentially my mom's older siblings.
When I found out my mother's history, it was more my reaction to that in the sense that I thought my mother was an only child. The family history is that she actually grew up with three siblings. So they took those three kids in when and then she was born. Like she was born within a month or so. So instantly they had four kids.
Wow.
So it would have been two babies. Unbelievable. So I think in the chaos and in the attempt to make everybody feel comfortable, I think she got lost. I think she fell through the cracks.
And she would have been the firstborn, right? And they didn't have any children afterwards. So she was the firstborn, so she actually lost her birthright. Right? So she was now the fourth child. And they made no distinction between the kids. And everybody, and so she called her father Uncle Ed until she went to school and was told that, no, your uncle is actually your father.
There's no love lost between the sisters. Or I'll call them sisters, even though she never called them sisters. My mother never called them sisters. I never even met them. I might have met one of them. I had no idea. I thought they were like distant relatives.
Not telling them until you're 6 years old, 6 or 7. I mean, you know, essentially lying about who you are. I think it was devastating.
My mother, I think, to get attention, became a performer. And she got a scholarship, like she got the Governor General's Award. I mean, she was a really, really competitive person. But I think that comes from that family where the only way she was acknowledged was because she did so well at school.